In the last 10 months, I've found myself immersed in experiences that I never thought would happen in my lifetime. From interviewing the president to witnessing a circus of an election season to getting an invitation to the DNC. These are things that will stay with me forever. But just in case my memory decides to peace out on me, I've made this video into a living time capsule that I'm sharing with you. So hopefully, as you're watching, you'll feel like you were right there with me. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, home of the Liberty Bell, cheesesteaks, and the 2016 Democratic National Convention, or the DNC for short. My first day is all kind of a blur of nerves and excitement, mostly because I spent the entire flight from LA to Philly studying for the days ahead. I landed around 1 a.m. and then headed to the hotel and got into bed at 2 a.m. 4 hours later, I woke up with no time to even think about being tired. Today was a big day. I was interviewing Chelsea Clinton in just a couple hours. I reunited with my friend Alex, who came with me to help document our time at the DNC. By the way, I just have to say he's also one of the most intelligent, open-minded, and kind-hearted people I know. It felt awesome to have him there. After waiting around nervously for a bit, the time came to interview Chelsea. When I walked into the room, her presence was warm and welcoming. She answered all of my questions with thought, care, and razor-sharp brilliance. I was on a high afterwards. It felt surreal, like I was living someone else's life, except I wasn't. Just finished the Chelsea Clinton interview, and I was really nervous going into it, as I normally am with anything of this kind of caliber. But Chelsea was very warm and just very pleasant to be around and absolutely brilliant. The rest of the day moved quickly. We got in the car and headed to a Google panel where I got to spend time with one of my favorites, Lacey Green. We talked about social media and the impact the internet is having on this election. Side note, did you know the second presidential debate on October 9th was the most tweeted debate ever? That's 17 million tweets. That's a lot, guys, just in case you didn't know. So after the panel, we made our way over to the actual convention. Security was crazy tight, and there was a pretty long walk to the convention center because of this security setup. Once inside, there were just people everywhere, dressed up in elaborate costumes. Energy was high, fueled exclusively by caffeine and adrenaline. I got a lay of the land, interviewed Nancy Pelosi, who is the only woman to have served as the House Speaker. I also unexpectedly met Jesse Jackson after finishing a live stream interview. This was the moment where I lost my cool because he just came up and said hello and chatted with me. I was like, who, me? He can't be talking to me. Oh yes, he's definitely talking to me. It was such an honor meeting someone who is an iconic civil rights activist. Whoa. Still not over it. Just a day before I arrived, the atmosphere at the convention was quite divisive. It was truly awesome seeing real people out and about supporting their candidate. I admire that passion and respect it, but also realize the importance of unity. I kept wondering, will acceptance of our differences move us forward, or will our differences keep us standing still? What will we choose? The answer to my questions came with President Obama's speech that evening. Not everyone agrees with what he says, but I think most of us will agree that he's an incredible speaker. But you know what my favorite part was? I was able to see the prompter from where I was sitting and could see which speakers stuck to their written speech and which ones veered off. The president veered a lot, and those were some of the best moments. It felt special and made his words resonate even more because they were real and from the heart. Something I didn't realize until I was at the convention is that everything runs really late. We didn't leave until after midnight, so I went back to my room and soaked up as much sleep as I could. What a day. It's currently 1:39 in the morning. I have 32% battery, and it's been a spectacular day. Going into today, I was actually expecting to see a lot more divisiveness. So it was interesting to see how united it actually felt. And I think especially after the president spoke tonight, at this point, it seems like everybody is starting to stand together, which is really amazing and also really important. Another thing that is important is for me to get some sleep because I have been up for like 24 hours. So I'm gonna go get some sleep now. I'm so tired. I'm like delirious. I can't believe that I'm even like able to formulate words. So good night. See you tomorrow. Can't even shut the door. The next day was the final day of the DNC, culminating in Hillary Clinton making her speech and closing out the convention. It also started raining that day, so we basically got soaked. We explored the press tent, which was so cool to see because it's where every paper, publication, network, and social platform creates their home base. It's also where I met Mark McKinnon, who is a political strategist and the creator of my favorite show right now, The Circus. And if you're not familiar with The Circus, it's the first ever real-time documentary series covering a presidential election. I nerded out so hard, it's not even funny. Then Alex and I literally walked around the entire convention center looking for seating. Holy crap, we must have spent over an hour looking while navigating through crowds of people. And on top of that, there were still 6 whole hours until the speech. Finally, we found a spot, planted ourselves there, ate food, and lived in the time warp that is the DNC. You see, there's no natural daylight, and I feel like time moves in weird ways when that's the case. All of a sudden, the hours passed and Chelsea Clinton was making her introduction speech for her mom. For the first time, I felt like we got a glimpse into Hillary as a person outside of the political world. It was a smart move. When Hillary took the stage, it felt like the foundation had been laid. The president's speech the night before sealed the deal and helped unify the party. Hillary tied it all up with a badass bow. It was truly incredible seeing history unfold in front of us. The first woman nominated by a major political party for President of the United States. And I'm so glad I was there with Alex. I don't get to see him now that he has moved states away, and it was really special experiencing it all with him. He was my teammate, making me feel safe and reaffirmed when I felt nervous, and troubleshooting in real time when plans changed. But most of all, I loved being there with him as a friend. My time at the DNC made me not only think about this election and the importance of voting, but the power our generation holds. We are written off by so many as being self-absorbed. They say that we don't care, and we aren't taken seriously. But the crowds I was immersed in over the 2 days I spent at the convention proved all of those assumptions to be false. Yes, we use social media to propel our voices, but that doesn't diminish them. Not only do we care, but we matter and we show up when it matters. And we will show up to vote on November 8th. It's easy to lose sight of the initial sparks that ignite passion. Life muddles our memories and we become obsessed with negativity and conflict as a source of entertainment. We forget that at the end of the day, we as Americans, as humans, are more the same than we are different.